Hey, welcome back. Glad you're here on a Thursday. Great story, great information coming up right now. If you're over at Linden Park Mall and you see Nutrition House, it's brand new. You might run into the Tiny Perfect boss, and she's Nicole Kernohan. More than that, though, fitness trainer. Welcome. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, there's a great backstory to fitness training and Nicole Kernohan and Nutrition House and all that kind of good stuff. And I just found this out after I first met you. So.
Yes.
You're like the guy in the bald commercial. You're not just the president. You're kind of a client. You've dealt with challenges of your own.
Absolutely, yeah. I guess just a bit of background in terms of how I got where I am. I guess I actually have multiple sclerosis,
right?
So MS, which a lot of people misinterpretations of what it is, and it varies quite a bit. But about 10 years ago, I had a significant attack where I lost functionality of the right side of my body. And at the time, they diagnosed it as a stroke because I only had one lesion in the brain.
Now, I'm not trying to suck around and figure out how old you are, but how old were you then?
I was 22 then.
22?
Yes.
And you're sitting there and they're saying you might have had a stroke.
Exactly. So the doctors couldn't figure out why I would have had a stroke without common risk factors. And basically, I just immediately started doing whatever I could to try to naturally heal myself and prevent having another stroke. So with a nutritious diet, supportive friends and family, determined attitude.
How did you find the information?
Well, I started researching online. I started reading. I started talking to friends and family. I started meeting with nutritionists, naturopaths, personal trainers. That was at the beginning, so I really didn't know a lot before then. And then over the years, I started taking courses in my spare time and additional certifications and things to really get in-depth knowledge.
So did you get, was it a giant shock to the system to go, okay, I'm 22, it's not a stroke, good news, bad news, multiple sclerosis?
Yeah, it's kind of good or bad. I mean, with a stroke, you have an increased likelihood of having another stroke once you've had one. So it's very important to get the lifestyle factors, nutrition and everything under control. With multiple sclerosis, there is no cure, and it's very unpredictable. So you kind of never know what could or couldn't happen. But for myself, I have been committed to managing the healthy lifestyle, the nutrition, the stress management, and those factors, I believe, for myself and in general, have such a profound impact on any kind of disease.
Fitness trainer before MS, or did MS make you the fitness trainer?
MS made me the nutrition specialist and the fitness trainer. I was a business.
Yeah, and you were talking about the fact that you talk about stress management.
Yes.
So fitness, hand in hand in terms of
absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely, yes. Exercise increases serotonin, which is your happy hormone. So it's extremely profound impact on managing stress. It also gets you to kind of get away and stop thinking about all the things that are maybe stressing you out. So
we're going to talk about what's new and what's going on at Nutrition House and all the bad things I'm doing when we come back from break. But basically, what I wanted to get into, but before we get away from the break, just quick, does it have to cost me a fortune, and do I have to spend 40 hours in the gym every week?
Absolutely not. Healthy lifestyle doesn't have to cost you anything. You can eat lots of vegetables, which you should, full of nutrients, lots of vegetables, nuts and seeds, and exercise. You can do a lot of things at home. Just walking, going for a walk every day is amazing on improving bone density and cardiovascular health. You don't have to go to the gym if you can't afford to.
How important is that for the female, especially the species? You mentioned bone density.
Yes. For preventing osteoporosis, even osteopenia, walking and any kind of physical activity, even strength training, improves bone density and is extremely important, actually.
So if I come into Nutrition House in Linden Park Mall, I'm going to get products. I'm also going to get information?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Myself, I get very excited about that. Yeah, myself, because of my background, my personal passion, as well as the whole team at Nutrition House, just really genuinely want to help others to get healthy. So we like to consult with you when you come in and talk about your situation, your background, what you're doing, to try to make sure we provide the right recommendations. So
if you could get happier, this might do it, helping other people get healthy. Nicole Kernohan, get comfortable. We're coming back with Nicole from Nutrition House. We're going to be talking about how you can do it, and you can get it done yourself with a little bit of help. Details are coming up next here on a Thursday. We're Inside Brant. Hey, we're back. Nicole Kernohan is with us from Nutrition House in Linden Park Mall. Living the dream and really walking the walk and talking the talk. Boy, we're talking about nutrition. We're talking about fitness. Mm-hmm. What has to come first?
Oh, between nutrition or fitness? Right.
Well,
I'm not going to answer that because I think they're both extremely important. Some would argue that nutrition is 70% of, there's some arguments on that, but I honestly would say they're both extremely, extremely important.
Now, I'm trying to get fit myself right now and trying to lose a couple of pounds, and I can tell you, here's what I've always known. We had Kanga boots on the show, and after I was bouncing around for about a half an hour, I didn't feel like having lunch right away. So is that how it goes hand in hand?
No, so technically, after exercise, within 30 minutes, you should actually have a form of protein and carbohydrates. So I know it's tough because that happens quite often that people aren't hungry right after working out, especially intense exercise. But for you to be able to recover your muscles, recover your energy systems, it's critical within half an hour to have protein and carbohydrate.
Nobody on the show has ever answered the question. I'll let you do it. Protein, carbohydrates.
Yes.
Simple, inexpensive stuff. What am I talking about? What should I be eating after that workout?
Well, the easiest, fruit is is a form of carbohydrate that enters your bloodstream and your muscles very quickly. So that's really good for recovery. Fruit, even juice, that's probably the only time of day that I would recommend juice is right after a workout, just because of the high sugar content. And then protein, if you can get a protein shake. There's whey protein, there's vegan protein. But if you want, you can just have some eggs even. Even some lean chicken or something if you don't want to have to get a shake.
I'm shocked to hear about how good chocolate milk is.
Oh.
After you're working out, sort of thing,
I have mixed reviews on chocolate milk. Really? Just a lot of white sugar in there. Sorry.
Oh, is that bad?
Yes. So I'm not as supportive of that. There are mixed reviews on that, but yes. Sorry.
You talked about whey powders and this powder and that powder and that powder.
Yes.
I got to be honest with you. It sounds to me.
Yes.
Does it taste that way?
We really recommend some of the cleanest ones, like hormone-free, antibiotic-free, sweetened with all natural sweeteners, no artificial anything in them is what we really recommend. And I think they taste great. It's a little better if you add, some fruit and blend it up.
Hey, Rocky drank raw eggs. I don't want to get to that point is what I'm talking about.
No, I think they taste pretty good. Yeah,
do you get into the discussion of caloric intake in terms of what somebody is supposed to be taking in, and usually they go, what?
We talk somewhat if someone's coming in about calories, but I'm also really a big supporter of the type of food. So, 100 calories of white flour is not the same in your body as 100 calories of vegetables or fruit or lean protein. So it's not just the calories, although it is important to understand that. It's really important the types of food because they completely work differently in your body and support your body very differently.
Do I have to come into Nutrition House and give you kind of the Ted Lehman story? Because one of the things I've noticed at my age and things like that, certain things don't seem to break down as well as other things. I mean, we could sit here and talk about foods almost. There's certain foods you can have that are going to be fine for you, and for some reason they don't work with my system. So is that helpful information if you're going to chart out a plan for me?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely important to know. If you are aware of the types of things that are food sensitivities for you or intolerances, whether you've tested them by a blood test or not, if you're aware of what doesn't work with you, then it's definitely important to try to avoid those things. But generally speaking, there are quite a few of the processed foods in general that most people, whether you have clear symptoms or not, have some intolerance to just because they're not really fully in their natural state. It's not as easy for your body to digest.
Okay, Nicole, the fitness trainer, let's get into it. You talked about taking a walk. Biggest challenge seems to be hours in the day and having the time. I can take an hour-long walk.
Yes.
What can I do, the kind of, we remember the good-looking women on the 20-minute workout. What can I do in a compacted amount of time to get and stay healthy and fit?
Well, I'm just going to add one comment because you said that 20-minute. Some people would argue a 20-minute workout, like why bother?
Right.
But I like to say a 20-minute workout is better than a 0-minute workout.
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes is absolutely going to improve your health. It's not, you don't need to spend hours every day. But the types of things you can do, obviously going for a walk, trying to get your heart rate up. So walking fast enough that you're getting your heart rate up. There's a lot of at-home exercises you can do. You want to be careful that you have the technique right. So you could watch online videos or come chat with me and I can give you some tips.
So come see you, ask all the questions, get fit, get healthy, and eat better food. Nicole Kernohan, thanks for this. Come back and see us.
Absolutely.